Welcome to today's show. This is the Mike and Doug show, and this is Tyler. What we found with this AstraZeneca, it looks like it is going to be the vehicle for a worldwide extermination of people. Where to start?
I'm going to really make some Brits very mad today.
Are you? That would be unusual behavior for you, Douglas.
I know. Today we're going to talk about the imperial chemical industries. We had debated why these imperialists like Cecil Rhodes would sit back and say, who's going to be part of our elite group? Well, first off, it's going to be the aristocracy and the Privy Council and the British East India Company. And we're going to, pull in members of parliament. They came out of Britain. And when you look at where their real origin is, it's in Germany, like the real money that came with the Rothschild Bauer family or the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute. They stole chemicals. They stole gunpowder. They stole all that we have in the modern world to create later plastics and styrofoam and everything that's killing us. These people created under the banner of imperialism. And when you came up and said, someone asked you, why would AstraZeneca get the contract? And we now know 800 million doses, 800 million shots of the new vaccine for coronavirus 19 was developed in Oxford University through the Jenner Institute.
Jenner Institute, associated with Henry Wellcome.
Now, how can that be? We predicted this would happen, didn't we? Coronavirus 19 is a patent, so therefore they also have a patent on the vaccine. They wouldn't be releasing a man-made virus if they didn't have the vaccine for the elitists. And it just makes me, I thought my head was going to explode when I realized this. This isn't the British Empire. And I can get really personal about the nature of Cecil Rhodes, Milner, Rosebery, de Worms. They all had a certain proclivity, not just eugenicists, not just wanted hegemony, not just wanted depopulation and wanted to control the world, but they were also freaks and perverts. Mm-hmm. They are the evil imperial rulers of our world at this moment. And it hasn't stopped, and Nick Clegg came over to prove it, taking over Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg was too stupid to be able to defend the fact that Facebook is used now as a weapon of the Privy Council, since Nick Clegg was the previous
Deputy Prime Minister.
Deputy Prime Minister. He's a deputy, but he's the friggin' sheriff of the Privy Council. And when you told that to me, I almost fell out of my chair.
Yes, he was Lord President of the Privy Council from 2011 to 2015, and he's still a member of the Privy Council.
The imperialists are not only Pilgrim Society members, Fabian Society members, Cecil Rhodes Round Table, which became Milner Round Table, Milner's Kindergarten, which became the Royal Institute, and the Round Table now, and the Council on Foreign Relations. But they control the Privy Council, and they are more powerful than Britain. They're more powerful than the British Empire. They're more powerful than the British monarchy. They're more powerful than the Rothschild bankers who serve the British monarchy. They are pure evil imperialists, and we've exposed their plan: kill most of the people on the earth.
Well, as you know, we've been digging in that time frame, and what I would bottom line the situation as is similar to yours, that this group of people, these imperialists you're talking about, hijacked the British royalty back around the time of J.P. Morgan and Carnegie and Lord N.M. Rothschild. They hijacked the Privy Council and they found the monarchical system useful to them, because the monarch has a separate court, has separate rules, and they can hide all of their criminality behind the crown. So are they ever going to give up the crown? I don't think so. But the crown certainly is their tool. And so they keep it propped up and have kept it propped up. Why, you got to ask yourself, why are they practically the last monarchy in existence with any kind of influence? And it's because of the Privy Council that Nick Clegg is clearly a key member of. And what I see going on now is really interesting that as we've identified the Pilgrim Society and their march through the 1900s and now into the 21st century, is that they have passed their power down through their children. And I think this is a British aristocratic plan that they then borrowed in the corporate environment. And that's why we see these corporations being passed from father to son to grandson to great-grandson, is because they are practicing this aristocratic model with the perks of the British monarchy to do a lot of ego stroking and have lots of dinners. But the bottom line is they use these dinners to organize their treachery around the world. And they've been at this a long time. They're really good at it. And what's now happening, it appears that the older Pilgrim Society people have kicked the youngers out into the public and said, look, we're tired, we're done, it's your turn. And all of a sudden we see David Rothschild jumping out, we see Nick Clegg jumping out, even Lord Mark Malloch Brown and Sir Geoffrey Patty have kind of faded to the background, and we see all these newbies coming up, including James W. Breyer, the original funder of Facebook. He's now jumped out in this American Academy of Achievement.
Because it's an information war. And they don't have any warriors to defend them anymore. And so their primaries are having to come out and do that. But let's go back to those dinners, Michael. We have found out that our Supreme Court seems to like those dinners.
Yes, they do.
And with the latest rulings that we're seeing out of the Supreme Court, I just want to be really upfront here. Would you say that John Roberts is a foreign agent, an unregistered foreign agent with the Knights of Malta?
It appears so.
He works for a foreign agency of some sort, Knights of Malta, I don't know, the Queen, and he is sitting on the Supreme Court making rulings that are totally against our Constitution. But folks, we cannot impeach him until we get all red. So when you go to those polls in November, you pull the lever for all red, even if you have to hold your nose to vote for some of these slime balls and never Trumpers. We have got to weed these demon rats out of our country. They are going to take it down.
Absolutely. The specifics of Rhodes or of Roberts is he appears to be a knight of the English Priory of the Knights of Malta, which is under the Queen.
So he's a foreign agent. We have a foreign agent as the Supreme Court justice, and he's not registered, and he's doing this against Americans.
Yeah, what they keep referring to this special relationship that we have with Britain, and it goes back way before the 1946 intelligence sharing agreement with Five Eyes. It goes way back to our robber barons cooperating with the robber barons in London to create all these corporations, of which one is ICI, Imperial Chemical Industries, which with Wellcome and others have been so influential in the development of many of our industries in the U.S., and they still are.